Hello, all the crazy people out there. My name is Dragonite. Welcome back to Golden Sun Dark Dawn. We are getting down close to the end. We have ascended the Apollo Ascent, and we have made it to this skull-looking plateau here at the top of the mountain. And let's see what there is for us to do here. So we can start by growing this vine. Alright, gonna start by growing plants, as I often find myself doing. And what does this actually accomplish? So do I have to... What is that? I was gonna say if I jump over there, do I have to put an object on that pedestal? Fire. Okay. It's been a while since we've needed the fire synergy for anything, but we can do that now, I guess. We're gonna go and ignite that torch, I suppose. And there's probably gonna be like 3 of them, and we're probably gonna have to like set them all on fire or something like that because video games, rule of threes, so on and so forth. Can I get up to that one? I'm gonna have to. I see there's a grapple thing, so we'll get back to that one. If I climb up here, all right, that's a propeller. We have definitely not needed much of whirlwind recently, but let's go and activate the propeller, and that is going to. No? All right. Also, the fire went out, so maybe let's go and light this one first again, and we can. See about the other torch before doing anything with the propeller. So, Tyrell, sorry to make it work extra hard, but that last action had some unforeseen consequences. Let's go. There's also a bowl, which probably is going to need water and or ice put into it, but first... Alright. So we're gonna go jump this gap, and this should bring me close enough for me to go and interact with... Aelia also has fire, so we can give Tyrell a break. We should be able to go and interact with that torch. That's gonna be 2 now, right? That's not like on a timer mechanism or anything, and I can... Alright, am I gonna have to... I feel like I'm gonna have to put water in that bowl first before I do this, just because when, from up there, you can sort of see the whole level, and it sort of guides your eye towards the bowl in the middle. Are we gonna have to do something with, like, the 4 elements here, or the 3 elements, I guess? Alright, those 2 torches are still lit. So maybe when I, maybe now when I go and use Whirlwind, something's gonna happen. That's definitely different. Some kind of aroma hangs heavy in the air. What does that mean? Does that mean I have to boop another statue? Excuse you? The path of light may not... Alright, so I can read the directions, that would help. The path of light may not be trod without warning those who passed into shadow. Observe the rites thusly. First bring fire to the deceased eyes, then cleanse the forehead with a drop of water. Next blow cool breeze across the nose, and finally walk the path described by the scent of morning incense. Alright, so, let me go and do those first 3 things again, and then we can use Sveta's power. Alright, so we did those first 3 things, and now that we've got the setup, we can use Sveta's track synergy, and alright, we're gonna have to follow the dotted line. I don't know exactly how closely I have to follow it, but it hasn't gone out yet, so we can continue this way. This is what, the grand total of the 2nd time that we've used this one so far, and I'm gonna have to refresh that. Like, the first time was when we were introduced to it initially, and then this is like, we haven't used it since, I don't think. I don't know if there are any optional places where I could have used a track synergy. I don't know if maybe this would allow you to find Genie on the overworld, by tracking them. Almost overran that one. But I feel like this is definitely one of the underused synergy in this game. There's a couple that I think we could have gotten more use out of, like Thermal, I think has a lot of interesting possibilities, maybe not on the overworld. But, what else do we have in here? Some interesting synergies. Whirlwind, I think, got a lot of use. Whirlwind and Cyclone got a lot of use in the last game, but not as much in this one. So we're going to run up to the Apollo Sanctum Gate, and we've got one of these Beholder things. The Wise One, I think your name was, in the previous games? Stay healthy, Traveler. It is wise to keep one's mind and body sharp. Alright, wise to keep one's, very funny. Thanks, I guess. My team isn't configured for any kind of fight in any particular way. I'm pretty sure there is a little bit more, yes. So I mentioned a little while ago that I did remember a part of the final dungeon in this game, and that's going to be this part, just because it's a pretty cool set piece, if we're being honest. Just like, look at it. And I'm pretty sure I remember some interesting things that we're going to have to do with a puzzle piece, or puzzle pieces in plural, in order to solve this one. So we've got a long horizontal level here. Can I use this? I can. Boink. And if I go up this way, what is this? Alright. I have a feeling I know what this is going to involve. Yeah, maybe don't stand in front of those guys. Alright, I was curious if that was going to damage me, or if that was just going to, treasure? If that was going to just knock me off like that, and it was the latter. So that's a mint. And the mint is a stat item, isn't it? Reef has the mint. That is going to raise agility permanently. I think I set 300 as, like, my agility stat that I want to meet with everyone. Reef is middling. Let's give that to Reef. Alright. Now, if I were to... Let me see. Let me go back up there and not get knocked off by those archers. And I'm a couple steps too low. Let me go back up there and not get knocked off by archers. And... we are going to need to... Yeah, create a little path on occasion. If I just make a beeline, I should be safe, right? Is there nothing else for me to... I can't interact with these guys in any way? Doesn't seem like it. Alright, so what's this? If I were to go and pound... who has pound? Is that another Tyrell one? Crush. I'm still not getting its name right, but we can go and hit that peg. And the peg is going to... Ow. Alright, that's gonna set a wheel in motion. And I think I'm going to have to, let me see. Gonna have to do that again, and I'm really gonna have to hurry. If I want to be able to make this. Because what I think I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to Indiana Jones it. Because I'm probably gonna have to do this a few times. Let's go and put Crush on. Oh, it already is. Huh. Let's go and put Crush on the button, and then we can just do that. And that's going to activate. It's gonna pop out a little token thing, and I'm just gonna run. Hot foot it this way. And the Great Boulder is going to start rolling across there. And it's going to drop down. Almost. Alright. Can I just slide? I can. Make for a bit of a quicker escape. And we can be on our way back to the original room. So, can I, like, push this? We see shadows on the wall, and I feel like that tells me that I'm going to have to make shadows line up with a certain pattern if I want to unlock the way forward. So that's going to make one wall slide down and another one appear. And now I'm going to be able to do it again. So that was the red, that was the Mars. Next we're going to have Jupiter, then Mercury, then Venus. And we're going to go... Let's see. So this is Whirlwind. And I feel like that's going to do something similar for at least a couple of seconds. Maybe permanently? Is that a permanent solution? That might be a permanent solution. At least until I leave the room and come back. And... let's see. Okay, so that is something that I want to step on if I want to... Alright, there's another one of those propeller whirlwind things down there. And another peg. Okay. Let's see. This is aggravating. I'm gonna have to find another way down. Let's do... Crush here. And that's going to allow us... This one's a little bit more involved than the last one was, wasn't it? It's going to allow us to do this. Alright, Karis. Use Whirlwind, and oh... Okay, so you can't move because that one thing is in the way. Let's do Crush again then, and get that out of the way. Very nice. And this serves double duty as both an obstacle and a thing that you can jump across from a different place, doesn't it? All right. So we can try that again, and how do I actually get out? I'm gonna wanna grapple, and let's go and jump across this way. That changed the level a little, like in this final dungeon. Karis once again. And I think, alright, treasure chest. I like treasure chest. Let's see what's in here. That is going to be a Psi crystal, or Psi star, or whatever I called it. And we're going to have to grow this vine. And I think we're probably going to need that to get out, yeah? If I want to get back to the, back up, and to a place where we can unleash this. So, that's going to set the Great Rolling Stone in motion, and I'm gonna want... I hope I don't have to do anything to allow it to pass, because I think... Alright, I think it got through unimpeded. No! Hey! Well, I don't think it matters anymore. I'll push it back anyway, just because that... Well, I need the silhouette of the Jupiter one, so I guess I'll have to leave that there. And, let's see. Gonna push it again. And it's gonna have to swirl. Silhouette is in the right place. Alright. This is a photosensitive... Some kind of photosensitive mask on this wall here, like you see in, like, photographic dark rooms. Next is water. Alright, Mercury time. Let's go up here. I'm hoping that the trend continues and that these puzzles get progressively more and more interesting. Alright, so that's another one that I'll have to stay on. I hope that the puzzles will continue to get more and more interesting as I solve them. So, for Mercury... Let's see, do I have to push this? Doesn't appear so. We've got a treasure chest, and that is going to be a hard nut. Alright, I know that one's defense. Reef, whose defense needs a buff? I think we established that, like, Sveta and the two most recent the two most recent girls that we picked up in our party, Sveta and Himi's defenses aren't very high. I'm gonna give that to Himi, and let's see. Can I interact with this? Alright. Amidi. Alright, so I can't interact with those. And we'll see if, I think I'm gonna need to slide down that... I think I'm gonna need to slide down that, that slidey thing. And... Can I move it... Can I move the statue onto the button, from here? I think I should be able to, right? Because synergy will work through obstacles. Alright. That is going to... So that's going to be an on-off switch of sorts, a toggle, for the path that we're going to create. Which I'm going to need in order to get through. Alright. This is definitely something I can just push out of the way, right? Okay, so that created stairs. We'll need to go slide down again. And we will... from here, grapple back across, and climb up. Let's see. It was the top one, wasn't it? Gonna have to go back. Wait. Did something change? No, that was there. Am I going to have to? Oh, I'm going to need the statue to be on the other switch now. Alright, so if I were to go and... all of a sudden I am using move, and it's not bound to one of the shoulder buttons. If I go and move that one, we're going to undo the top ledge, and we're going to replace the bottom one. And that's going to serve, I think that's going to serve to allow me to get to the end. And I'm probably going to have to hot-foot it across these things. The way that I did with the archers on the, in the fire one. Yeah. I'm going to give myself a little bit of a head start by going and standing back when I hit that button. And that's going to unleash the water droplet thing, and hopefully it's catching up to me. Yeah. Alright. Is there a way that I could shortcut that? Oh, you know what? I could go up here, and let me just see what this does. Okay. We're going to do that. That's going to open up a door. And if I stand here, I can grapple my way across. Okay, so instead of hot-footing across that, across those jumpy things, which is slower than normal walking, I can go and be a little smart about this, make use of my synergy, and I'm gonna go this way. Hello? No! And it fell. It fell, didn't it? Ugh. Alright. This is gonna take a little bit of work. So if I stand here, how much of a head start can I give myself? Just like a couple tiles, which is like probably not more than a tenth or 2/10 of a second, but alright, we can do this. Unfortunately, time isn't stopping when I do that, but oh, I see. There's a statue up there. I'm not gonna have to stand on it myself. We can use move on the statue then. So that does allow me to take my time getting back, doesn't it? I'm not in a hurry any longer. It's, for the third time. And I see no reason to stress myself by making myself hurry, so I'm just gonna wait for it to pass, nice and easy, and the rest of the path forward should be set up, and I should be able to just let it go. And we now have a water ring, and I can give this a couple pushes. I think when the fourth one is out, I'm gonna have to form some kind of composite with the silhouettes and like have them all lined up in the same place, because I feel like that's the sort of thing that you would have to do with this. It would line up to create like a hand puppet, some kind of shadow puppet or something. But anyway, that's going to make the third wall go down, and one more. We're going to have to do some things with Earth. Probably going to want to rebind move to the shoulder buttons in order to do this one, because I feel like we're going to be seeing a lot of that. Indeed. Let's see. All right, so we've got some more shooty arrow guys, which I do not appreciate. There's a genie down there. Hello, genie. How do I get to the genie? What if I just, like, stand here and let the shooty guys shoot me? Alright, so that is a, that's a grapple, but I'm not going to, I'm gonna have to do something to enable it. That's the intake in case you mess up the puzzle. Alright, let's go back across then, and I'm gonna have to do something with these statues in order to activate these grapple things. That should let me get to the genie, first and foremost. So I'm just gonna go get myself shot, which is a bit of a dismal way to think about it, but we can go fall down, and now we're right here, and I should be able to get to the Mars Genie. Hello, Mars Genie. How are you doing today? You're just going to join me without a fight? Aurora! So what does Aurora do? The spirit of the sun's warming touch is found in the Apollo Sanctum. Aurora's gentle influence heals other genie, speeding their recovery. Alright, I remember that there was a genie that did that in the Lost Stage, and I definitely remember getting a lot of use out of it. I'm definitely going to reconfigure my genie and my character classes before going into the final boss, but first I want to solve this puzzle, I will off-screen all the playing around with Genie at some point, and we're going to, I'm sure, not have that hard of a time in the final boss, not compared to what I did in the final boss of the last game. That last game final boss was rough. The game really wasn't that difficult for most of it, but when, so that's going to create that. It looks like I'm going to have to drop something down from above onto this one. But yeah, the Doom Dragon or whatever it was called from the end of the last game, that was like... There were like 3 or 4 stages to it, I think, and... Alright, let me go back to the... Actually... Alright, so this is the peg that will unleash this one. That's kind of a dead end. And... I feel like I'm missing something. Is there a ladder? Is there a ladder that would let me, like, get up to the top? That's that. Oh, I already did that earlier, didn't I? And I didn't see it. Probably because I was talking about Doom Dragon or something. Which, yeah, that was hard. Because there were like 4 stages to it, and they progressively got more and more punishing. So let's go, and now I think I can go use push here. Oh no, you know what I can do? Is I can... oh, I can't jump across. I can use push, though. Because that will work through walls. There we go. Very nice. And... if I grapple my way across here, I have a feeling I know what's going to happen. So let's go unleash that one. The cylinder thing is going to start moving. And if I do this... Hurry, 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 hurry. No, yes. Ah! Just barely. I almost had it. I just overran it. Alright, let's do that again. This does look very cool. You can see why this is kind of the only part of the game that really stuck out in my mind. From when I played it all those years ago. Because this is definitely an extremely cool dungeon. Alright. I don't think it's the longest, but in terms of aesthetic, yes. This is excellent. So let's go and do this again. And we're going to just take a step forward this time. And it's going to cross. And I think we are done here. And with that, we can go and... Let's see, the last one is, you're gonna roll all the way to the end too. The last one's all the way down on this side, so we're gonna have to push it back a little bit. Here we go. So we've got the 4 elements. Death is the dark reflection of life. To enter, create my dark reflection. Is this going to be what I think it's going to be? Am I going to have to push these all and make them overlap? And is it going to create a shadow puppet on the wall? Excellent. How can anyone not like this game? So that's the path forward. I am going to end this off here. I do believe we've got a final boss of sorts coming up, so let me go and just de-equip all those, and I will off-screen configuring all my genie for next time. Next time, we step forward out there and see what's going on. You should all go check out Wizarducks and the Lost Hat, which is one of the games that I like to work on when I'm not doing YouTube stuff. Link to the Steam page can be found down below. I hope you all enjoyed that, and I will see you all later.